this is, we got engine 317, ladder 165. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the engine. These are the guys with all the hose. They hook up to the hydrants.
Yeah.
They put the water out. Truck goes in, looks for victims, breaks their way in, breaks the door down, that type of stuff. So we've got the huge ladder all the way at the top of it. You can't see it from here really, but that's where the big ladder goes to the top of the building.
Oh, you guys have a secret rig? I thought you guys had like a KME.
They have, well, no. This is a spare rig. You know your stuff, that's good. This is a spare rig.
Okay.
The other one kind of broke down on them, whatever, so this isn't the actual 317.
Oh,
That
okay.
just happened to be.
Oh, you're a part of the ladder?
I'm part of the truck, yeah. I just got here. I'm doing a year rotation. So I'm only here for a year, and then I go back to where I was from. But, yeah, come on, cool.
Okay.
Anything in particular you'd like to see?
Can I go inside?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Chauffeur seat. Just be careful when you get in and out, all right?
Whoa. This is really tall.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Also, people like want to ask like what like a Q&A.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So one person asks, which rig gets more calls?
Typically the engine does. The only reason is because they also do EMS.
Yeah, EMS runs.
They do EMS runs. So I mean, nowadays the ladder's starting to get more too. The truck's starting to get more as well. But whenever there's an EMS run, like it wouldn't surprise me if the engine got an EMS run while you're here right now.
Yeah.
It does happen a lot.
Yeah,
So
you guys run into a lot of car accidents.
A lot of especially with the highway, with the Bell Parkway and Southern State and everything. You know, we tend to go to a lot, but the truck also goes to that as well. Just in case someone's trapped in a car, we gotta use the hearse tool or the jaws of life to get them out.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, do you have like a battalion chief?
Yes, we do. This truck right here, this is for the battalion chief. So we have the 5-4 battalion. That man that was walking in as you guys were coming in, he's one of the battalion chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So whenever, not on every single room we go to, but most, especially the fires, we got the guy that drives him, and the chief usually sits here. And these are all the radios to make sure they can communicate with whoever they have to communicate to.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What was the last call that you guys were at?
We actually had a fire today.
Oh, okay.
Address escapes me, but the truck was fast truck, meaning we were third due. The engine was also third due, right? Okay. So when you're third due as the engine, you're stretching a second hose line. It's kind of like a backup to the first one. When you're the fast truck, you're not going into the building. We're there prepared on the outside in case one of our members goes down and he needs assistance. So my name is Logar. I had the roof position today. So my job is to grab what we call fast pack. It's a bottle that has attachments to it. So just in case one of our members is down, he's out of air, we have another bottle that we can put a face piece on.
Are you allowed to take me to the back?
The kitchen, I wouldn't say the kitchen, but anything with the rig or whatever right here.
Okay,
I can show you anything on the rig that you'd like. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. But, anything you got on there? You can take a look and show you.
Oh, also, what are these for?
So whenever the rig's back into quarters, right, there's an exhaust pipe right down here, right?
Yeah.
And over time, it's proven whenever, these things are getting turned on and all this poison, smoke, chemicals, whatever are coming in. So whenever the rigs are backing in, this goes along this track over here, so we're able to put this on and bring it back so the air can kind of escape out the top rather than us having to breathe in. So over time, guys are getting sick, and it's just a safety precaution for us. So the battalion's got one, the truck's got one, it's got one. See, actually in here, let me show you this real quick. This is always something that people tell me they like to see. So we go to car accidents and someone's trapped.
Okay.
Right? It's called the hearse tool, or commonly known the jaws of life, right? So there's a generator here that powers it via gas. You have these huge cutters, and you have these guys. These spread, kind of just like that. So if you picture, like, let's say this is a door to a car right here. You take these spreaders and spread them open so that the hinge pops, and pops on this side. And if that doesn't do the job, then you can use these cutters and cut right where the hinge is. Take the door off.
Oh, okay,
Right.
that's really
So,
interesting.
right, exactly. And also these spreaders, you can clamp down on something and pull. They're very strong. Yeah, this is the safest way to get somebody out. Or, we have electric saws that we can use to cut the windshield, stuff like that. We have everything you can possibly imagine on this rig and more to do what we have to do. And we get a lot of extrications, which is, getting people out of cars, because we got the highway there, people speed.
Yeah.
They, unfortunately, get pinned and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a very, very common thing for us to use.
This is something new. You didn't know about that, right?
No.
Yeah. Well, if you ever hear someone about 3 months, and I've used it about 4 times.
Wow.
So, yeah. All right, let me close this one. Tower ladder, 162 is a tower ladder. So, I mean, if you know people coming out of Proby school, then maybe you can go to a tower ladder. All right, but let me show you also inside the cab real quick.
Okay. And these are Haligans, right? Or something
No,
like that?
these are hooks. This is called a Halligan hook, though.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you right here real quick. So, this is a Halligan right here. This guy.
Okay.
I'll take out this one. It's not attached to anything.
Oh, this is really heavy.
Yeah, it's not light. But yeah, so this can do anything. Anything. Look, we use this for, like, if we're getting off the rig, even for something that really doesn't require us to do much of anything. Everyone's holding one of these. Just because if you have to do something, chances are you can do it with this. Mainly forcing doors open.
Okay.
Right? So we have the can position. Do you know the positions and what they do? You seem pretty knowledgeable. So, can man sits here, right? So when we go into a fire, let's say the door is here, right? And the fire, it's closed. The fire is inside that room. We'll open the door, get in, close the door behind us so the fire can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then we go find where the fire is, and we have these cans. Right? So the can man has this on his shoulder, and if he sees fire, he just kind of holds the fire back away from us, right? Because keep in mind, the truck goes in, they may not have the engine behind them to have the water to save them, you know what I mean? So this kind of holds the fire back until the engine comes, right? So that's what the can man's supposed to do. But he's also supposed to help us get into the house. So that's what the ironsman is for. So we come right back over here. This is where the ironsman sits. Force splasherman sits. See this axe and this Halligan right here?
Yes.
These are his tools, right? So when we get to let's say we get to a house, right? It's the middle of the night. It's on fire, and the front door is locked, right?
Yeah.
His job is to break the door and get in, right? So I'll take his Halligan. Let's say this is the door here, right? Come in this way, try to get behind it, and just pull real hard and pop it. If that doesn't work, you have a million other different things to do to get in. But also the can man's job, let's say he gets in, but he can't quite get in very hard. The can will take that axe over there and just smack this in until it goes further in, and then force one you gotta force the door.
Wow.
So that's our job, right? So for me, I sit over there today. I have the roof. So what the roof does, it's pretty much the same stuff on this side, but I can at least tell you what they do. So the roof, his job, if the roof is flat, I go onto the roof. If it's a peaked roof, I can get to the roof. So I'll grab a ladder that we have in the back of the rig that I'll show you, that I have to put on my shoulder, throw it against the building, get to the second floor, that's where the bedrooms are, and do searches for victims there, right? But like I said, it's a flat roof, that stick, that ladder up top, I'm going
Ladder,
up.
yeah. So
Since-
raise it up too?
Yep. It depends. I'm new, so they may not have me do it, but the more experienced guys, they'll usually, have the roof man raise it. But, the chauffeur can also do it too, the driver. They'll also, do it as well. But we'll go onto the roof, do a little perimeter search around. If we see somebody hanging out, let's say, you know, they have no way out, fire's blocking off their exit or the stairs going downstairs, they can't get out, you know, we can radio to the chief or the inside team, which is the boss, the can, and the force entry guy, and say, hey, listen, we got a person where we're hanging out there in cover, right? We also have a rope on the other side that we can use to rappel down and go get them, all right? So, other things like that. And there's the other position's the OV, outside. Their job is to do a perimeter of the building, look for the basement. So if the basement's on fire, and we don't know, then everyone above is in trouble. So it's his job to do that. Take a look around, and help out the roof guy as well. Right?
Never knew these trucks were like so big.
Oh yeah, they're big, and with these tight blocks too, it can be pretty hard to get around. But yeah, and for the engine, let me actually grab it because I have to actually help check the roof. Let me grab an engine guy to show you the engine. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Let me go in there.
Okay, just drop it on the floor. Thank you.
Making something from school?
Uh-huh.
Oh, cool. Alright, well,
That's a lot of stuff here.
a lot of stuff here. So, basically, the long and short of it is, you saw the hose in the back, right?
Yeah. No.
We call it to, like a phone alarm, residential, whatever. Now the guy's gonna come to his primer. He's gonna grab what we call the horseshoe. It's got one length, 50 feet of hose. This is 1 3/4. He's gonna pull his off. Wait for his backup man. Backup man's gonna take the second horseshoe. And we're gonna walk to a corner of the house. The reason we do that is if we have to go to the basement or if there's a side door that goes up the stairs,
Okay.
we're ready to go either way. So the boss is going to go inside, locate exactly where it is. He's going to say, hey, bring it this way. We're going to flake it out. The chauffeur is going to disconnect it. Bring it over to the pump panel. Make sure the hose is ready to go. We're going to ask him to charge the line. Sends the water through, and we're ready to go in. Give it a quick bleed. Yeah, you got 3.5. The big thing with these is different sizes. So different sizes is you wouldn't want to bring a bigger hose into a harder to maneuver area. So we have this for houses, fires, residentials, and we have 1 3/4. We've got this. This is 2.5. That's for we call them taxpayers, like a store or something. The reason why we want to bring this into a store is you're going to want the reach of the stream and more water, so you can hit. It could be a large volume of fire, so you're not going to need to maneuver it as much. You're going to want more water, more reach of the stream, and you're going to want the maneuverability and the speed of this size hose gets small. That's right. 3.5 is for supplying, because we have 500 gallons in the rig, but we want to get more water from a hydrant. So if the hydrant's far away, we'll use this. That's a 3.5. Very good hose. But typically, we're going to try to use one of these. So we're going to pull right up to the hydrant and try to connect it with that. It's shorter, but it gives us a lot of advantages.
Yeah, I was always wondering what these were for.
Yeah, it's for hooking up to a hydrant. It's going to give us more. and we can easily move the rig if we need to. We're not moving. We're staying right where we are, and if we've got a water problem, something like the hydrant's no good or something like that, we get the water going through it. Sorry. Another engine is going to have to supply us, probably with a 3.5, because the distance from that hydrant to the next one, you don't know.
And you call these high-rise packs, right?
Yes, that's correct. High-rise packs. We've got the controls, the backup, and the knobs here. These are 2.5.
Have you ever been to a high-rise fire?
Yes. The high-rises are a little different from the residential and taxpayers. We use a standpipe. So you've been in like a building in Manhattan, let's say, right? Those are a lot taller. We're not gonna be able to stretch that amount of hose into the 16th floor of whatever building.
Oh, apartment?
Right. So or the 12th floor or whatever. So we carry these up. They're going to supply with 2.5 to the standpipe outlet in the front of the building. I'm sure you've seen them. Little like green things. Probably noticing the standpipe outlet that all high rises have them, and some non-high rises have sprinklers as well, but that's different. Long and short of it is, we're going to get a hydrant. Hydrant's going to give water to the engine. The engine's going to give water to the standpipe, and we're going to go up to wherever the floor below, wherever we're going, and hook up in the floor below. The reason for that is we don't want to be on the floor of it in case of smoke and whatever heat and anything. It's going to make it impossible to do the job. Usually this is going to be enough too, 3 lengths. But if it's not, second due or third due is going to bring more hose. So we'll have hopefully enough hose to reach the apartment. Sorry, Pastor. Other one. Yep. Other one. If you want to go back to what you've done. Got any questions about the engine? Got any questions about the engine?
No.
Oh, good. All right.
He's our chef for today, so I'll let him get back to doing whatever.
Thanks. All right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Back here. Let's say it's a roof that's peaked like this, right? We can't get onto the roof, right? What the chauffeur's going to do with this, he's probably going to put it to the front of the building, maybe on the second floor, right? Going through a window over there, right? So he's taking care of the front of the building, right?
Yes.
If I'm the roof man, peak roof, I'm taking this guy right here. This is 24 foot ladder, right? And it can extend, right? So you have a rope here and pull and extend it. So I'm gonna go to the back. Let's go to the second floor. So the chauffeur's taking care of the front of the building. I'm taking care of the back of the building, right? Also for things like what are called taxpayers, right? So you go down Linden Boulevard, you see all these bodegas, nail places, whatever.
Yeah, I see them.
Let's say there's wires in the street, and the chauffeur can't get that big ladder up there, so all those wires are running. So I can still grab a ladder and get up there, right? And also, let's say you have a building that is maybe 3 stories this way, but then you have 2 stories here. So you may have to get up using a ladder, and then come back up, and then pull everywhere. Also, second due will also take more ladders and throw them up, because there's nothing wrong with having a ladder on any point. So, in here, we have 2 saws, right? One's got these serrated edge here. This is for the roof man. So if we go to a place where it's on fire and you have a flat roof, the roof man's going to take the stick, go up there with this, right?
Yes.
And especially if it's a top floor fire, it's getting really hot, he's going to need to use this to cut a hole in the roof, right? Nice big hole. So all the heat that's in there can rise up and get out, help the guys that are inside, right? And you have this guy, which is for the OV, right? The outside, the guy that does the perimeter, right? So especially at something like what are called taxpayers, right? Commercial buildings, businesses. He has to get to the rear, right? He's not taking a ladder or nothing. He has to get to the rear, and they have those roll-down gates, those big metal gates and stuff like that. His job is to get into the rear and search for victims. His main job is to get to where the inside team the irons and the cans guy, they're going through the front. Someone's got to be able to go through the back. Someone needs help in the back. It's his job to get in, right? So if this Halligan can't do the job, because again, everyone's got one, right?
Yeah.
Except for the can man, who's got the can and the hook.
Yeah.
The irons has one, the OV has one, the roof has one. The chauffeur, whenever he puts the stick up, he's also going to help. He has one. The boss even has a little tiny one. So if that doesn't do the trick, he's got a saw with actually little bits of diamond on the edge.
Diamond.
The concrete. All it does is sharpen the diamond. So, and then everyone kind of has to know their job and what they're doing, right? It's kind of like a ballet. When we just please.
Did you get the batteries?
No, not yet.
All right, we got it.
All right.
Thanks for your help.
This all day. So, but yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of like a ballet. Everyone's got to do it, right? So, if you're serious about becoming a firefighter, you got to read that. There's a probing manual online. Right?
Oh, really?
Yes, there is. If you just give it a Google search, right? Probationary firefighter manual. It's very long. It's very dense. When you have it's 2 binders that are this thick. But start getting into it now. That's something I would recommend. Because that's what guys that were on the job told me before I got on, and I didn't really listen to them. Right? The probing school is very, very difficult, very intense. So the more you know going in, the better off you're going to be. I promise. That's coming from someone.
I'll get the old
here. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, other than that, there's not. Actually, there's one more thing I can show you, right? So in here, these are airbags, right? They're rubber bags.
Yeah. Oh, I heard about the airbags. You like lift stuff up?
Yes.
Like heavy stuff?
Yep, you can lift up very, very heavy things. Tons. Right? Very, very heavy stuff. So someone's trapped under a bus, something like that. Someone's trapped under a car. We need to lift them up. You can use those. Very, 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 very strong.
Are they heavy?
No, they're not that heavy. No,
Oh.
no, they're right. It's just rubber. But they're just very, very strong.
Well, thanks for this tour.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Again, any other questions or whatever? Again, also, I recommend read that manual. Stay in shape. Stay in shape. Okay. Stay in shape. Yeah, definitely do that. All right, get in good habits now. You'll be set when you come there.
Yeah, I'll get like to know a little bit stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're ahead of the curve already. You're ahead of the curve already. Trust me, bro. Absolutely. All right, let me close this up.
He knows more than you, Brian?
Almost. Almost. This kid's like, wait, wasn't he 315 a C grade or whatever? I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, no, he wants to go to a tower ladder.
Tower ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cold in the winter.
Yeah, Ladder 151 told me over there in Forest Hills.
Yeah.
Apparently they're over the cat too.
All right. Any last things?
Thank you guys.
No problem. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.